Eric Trump was one of his father's strongest defenders, and his new book is called Under Siege, My Family's Fight to Save Our Nation. It really was a family effort. He is also the executive vice president of the Trump Organization. Eric Trump, son of the president, welcome back. And wow, you made it, and so did America. Yeah. How do you feel?
Listen, the book just went to #1 on Amazon in virtually every category, so I feel awfully good, Greg, to say the least. But I mean, they tried to kill us. I mean, I was outside the courthouse in that little clip that you just played there, defending my father because they gag ordered him about 200 times, every crooked judge. But they impeached him once, they impeached him again. They made up the dirty dossier. They spied on his campaign. They made up Russia collusion. They had FBI calling me to say that we had servers in our basement that were communicating with the Kremlin, which was nonsense. They took him off of Twitter. They took him off of Instagram. They took him off of Facebook. They raided our home. They raided Mar-a-Lago. They went through Melania's closet. They went through Barron's room. They took him off, the ballot in Colorado. Then they took him off the ballot in Maine. I became the most subpoenaed person in American history. I got 112 subpoenas. I was in a deposition every single day. They tried to bankrupt our company. They tried to deplatform us. They tried to debank us. Every bank, Capital One and all the rest of them, were shutting down our bank accounts all day long. They were hitting us with $500 million cash judgments for doing absolutely nothing wrong. Greg, it was a siege. And I came up with this name about 2 years ago, long before I ever started writing the book. And then they tried to kill my father in Butler, and then they tried to kill him again at the golf course. And you saw what they just did to Charlie Kirk, and you saw what they tried to do to Kavanaugh. And you saw what they did to Steve Scalise. They have put our family, they have put our movement, they have put all of us, including all of the people watching right now, they have put them under siege. And honestly, I had to tell the inside story.
Well, I can't wait. What a story. What you just summarized. Amazing. And I'm guessing in that book, I mean, you were tested by fire. And look at you now. Your father's the president, victorious, making America great again. Do you talk about how you changed? I mean, you were a great guy before all this. You went through crisis and you triumphed. That's got to entail a lot of growing, a lot of testing, a lot of learning, and a lot of, I don't know. How did it change you?
I mean, Greg, you've known me for what, 20 or 30 years at this point. We've known each other since the New York days, and obviously, your father, and for so long. I mean, listen, I think we were naive going into politics, and I'll never forget my father saying to us, kids, you're going to learn who your true friends are, and you're going to learn very, very quickly who your true friends are. All of us will. But I'm going to give this a go. Let's give this a go. I mean, we didn't have anybody else. No one believed in us. We didn't have any, senators endorsing or congressmen endorsing. You know who we had, Greg? We had ourselves. We had our own hearts. We had our own voice pieces. We had our own backbone. And we fought. I mean, we were at a 5-1 deficit against Hillary Clinton in 2016. My father largely funded his entire, presidential campaign, against all odds. And we won because we stood on that stage. We won because we worked our butts off. We won because we wore through shoes. I mean, I did thousands of rallies. I stood on every tractor in every swing state with a bullhorn in my hand, doing exactly what I'm doing now. And they couldn't take it. The Washington Post, exactly 12 minutes after my father was sworn in as president, came out with an, a big, editorial piece. This is when the impeachment of Donald Trump began. They didn't even give him a shot before they started waging legal lawfare on him. And that's what I talked about in the book. And there were some low moments. I mean, I sat in the courtroom with my father during all of those trials. There were some horribly, horribly low moments. But the great part about the story is we won. The MAGA movement won. The conservatives in this country won. The people who love our Constitution and love the Bible and love God and love family and love red, white, and blue and the Pledge of Allegiance and the national anthem, the people who love this nation, believe in this nation, we won. And so it's the greatest ending of all.
Really is, isn't it? And I want to show you this picture. We show it from time to time. We call it President Trump in trouble, in quotes. This is all fake, and he never should have gone through any of this. But there he is in court, showing up, going through the procedure after procedure. He cooperated. And I don't know if he gets enough credit for that. I'm sure it was tempting to, turn your back and say, I don't know. But he went through, he always appeared. For a guy they always say, oh, he's a threat to democracy. He actually participated in the criminal justice system. This corrupt vendetta, he showed up. And I kind of think that's cool. Somehow, even though it was rotten, I think it says a lot about him.
Well, it ultimately got him elected. I mean, in Under Siege, I talk a lot about that, but he went into that courthouse every day, and I would not leave his side. I mean, I was the one person who was there with him every single day in that courtroom. When he got charged by Bragg with those, 34 felony counts, he turned around. I was the first hand he shook. We walked out of that courtroom, and you know where we went? We went to a fundraiser. I mean, that's how aggressive he was. He never, ever, ever stopped. And because he was gag ordered, I was the one speaking on the front steps of the courthouse. You were just showing a clip of it a second ago because they took away his voice. They wanted to deplatform him. They wanted to get rid of his First Amendment right. As crooked as the case was, a crooked judge with a daughter who was a Democratic operative. I mean, I can go on and on and on, but it never broke his will. And that's exactly the person you want leading the greatest country on earth, a person who is unshakable, who is unbroken, who will never, ever, ever stop fighting. Greg, any other billionaire out there would have cowered. They would have literally hung it up in 2 seconds, and he never, ever did. And he's an amazing man, and I just can't say enough about him. He's remarkable. But the hell that they put us through, they put us under siege. They wanted us gone. They wanted us dead. They wanted us bankrupt. They wanted us imprisoned. The media coverage against our family was 98% negative for a 10-year period of time, and yet we won every swing state. We won the popular vote. We won Miami-Dade, which hasn't gone Republican in 37 years. We won it by 11%. Every state in this nation tacked to the right. And so we had the greatest upset of all time, and I couldn't be more proud, especially given the great job that he's doing right now.
I'm so sorry you went through all that. It's just horrendous, and especially when you go through it. Quick question. Some of the jurors, we never heard from the jurors in the Juan Merchan case. They, usually I've seen mob trials where they come out and they do interviews. These are all still nameless people. I think in the other one, the E. Jean, all nameless jurors. I personally don't think that the government, the deep state, was going to just, see what 12 neutral people thought about this. I have grave concerns about how that jury was configured. I just don't think it was fair from the get-go. Do you share any concerns like that?
You should have seen jury selection. I was in the room for a lot of this, Greg. I mean, it was a joke. I mean, every time we launched an objection to somebody, it was overruled. Anytime they launched an objection to a jury, it was sustained. I mean, it was a kangaroo court. There's no question about it. The judge's daughter literally is like one of the large fundraising operatives on the digital side for the Democratic Party of New York, and the guy wouldn't recuse himself. By the way, this is the same judge that got the Alan Weisselberg trial. This is the same judge that got the Steve Bannon trial. Every single time someone in Donald Trump's orbit, it happened to go to this one judge, as if there's no other judges, in the court system in New York. It defies all statistics and odds, but it was rigged. As was the Engoron trial, it was rigged. And you know what the cool thing about it is? We got them all overturned. I just got the Engoron trial, which was a $560 million verdict against our family. I got it overturned 5-0 last week or 2 weeks ago, including the presiding judge of the state of New York. And so, listen, it was all a sham. They tried to set him up. They tried to bankrupt us. They tried to take us down. It did not work. They put us under siege. And at the end of the day, America prevailed. And I'm incredibly proud of the book.
Eric Trump, the book is available. We can get it on pre-order. Let's put it up on the screen, please. Under Siege, My Family's Fight to Save Our Nation by Eric Trump, Executive Vice President of the Trump Organization. Future, the sky is the limit if you want to do it. Hey, by the way, thank you for sharing your father with America. That's another sacrifice you guys have to make. A lot of people want his time, and he has to make time, and, the family has to pay a little bit of a price. But Eric Trump, we have so much.
Honored to do it.
We're honored to talk to you, and we're privileged that your family has made this commitment and sacrifice. Thank you very much, sir. To be continued.
Thank you, Greg.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.